Self-care. For some people, self-care is their number one value. There's an old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So self-care means how do you establish that communication? Who do you vent to? Who do you talk to? Somebody outside your division, somebody off the ship. Establish a support network now. Have your goals set in place. Get involved. Volunteer. Things of that nature. Kind of keep your plate full of positive things. Take time for yourself. If you say I'm going to go to the gym when I get off work, you're never going to go to the gym. You got to implement it into your schedule. You got to work out. That reduces the stress. That's self-care. And take time for yourself. Be more mindful. There's going to be times where when you're on deployment, you're working long hours, you're studying for qualification, and your mind's always racing. So sometimes you got to be more mindful, just kind of re-anchor yourself, get recentered, and be in the present. What happens, your brain never gets cut off. And so what happens, you're always thinking about the future, deadlines, qualifications, test results coming up, and only thinking about the past, how you should have handled something different. You woulda, coulda, shoulda yourself. So every once in a while, you got to find that mindfulness, that present on the fantails, and take some time to yourself and kind of do some little positive self-talk, some box breathing, some deep breathing techniques. Just kind of be more mindful, and that's huge when it comes to self-care. Whether you're E1 or O6, whether it's your first deployment or your 10th deployment, once you go on deployment, everything's out of whack. Everything you do is based on bells and whistles, and you're predicated off the POD, plan of the week. And so what happens, it does get real stressful, but that self-care is going to be that balance. And as a single sailor on board the ship, you got to find the self-care. You got to take what I call non-smoke breaks. If those who smoke, they say smoking lamp is lit, they're off to the smoke deck, right? That's fine. If you don't smoke, you got to take non-smoke breaks. Go out to the fantail, get some fresh air, kind of, like I said, be a little more mindful, and that's how you kind of build that self-care. Meaning don't always be in that orange and that red. You got to throttle back and get back down to that green, and that stress and anger continue. Communication. This is huge because every day you spend on active duty, you become institutionalized. The way you walk, the way you talk, roger that, tracking, make it happen, P for T, NatFit 98, E5 evals to do, and you know all this stuff. And so now, if you're communicating with your civilian friends, your family members who don't fall under the military umbrella, or they don't fully understand the dynamics of the Navy, it's up to you to convey that in their language. What that means is explain to your family members, right, what your job is, what your rate is, what's watch standard, what's ESWAS, what's a SWOT pin. You want to break that down because you want to reduce the stress and anxiety within your family members. You do that by communicating. And as I always saying, the key to relationships is communication. If you're single, you're still in the relationship. So that opens the lines of communication. Discuss expectations, meaning you might not be online as much, not on social media. You may not email back right away. Might not respond if you're going through something called River City, ships communication. Explain to your family what River City is. Explain to them comms. Explain to your mission, so to speak. What's it mean to go on deployment? What is your job going to entail? Address changes, that way you get a care package, always works well, keep them up to speed. And I tell a lot of triads and leadership this. You cannot have mission readiness without family readiness. The two coincide, they go together. And so even though you're a single sailor, you have a family. You got self-care, take care of your family. What that does, that allows you to focus on the mission. OPSEC. I spoke earlier about cutting out the fluff and allow the flowery stuff. And I'm sure your security officer, security manager is going to get more into detail. I will say about the OPSEC is social media. I use that for example. I get it. Social media is here to stay. But I do recommend when you go on deployment, just throttle back off the social media a little bit. Things like ship's movement, personal issues, port calls, homecoming, those are no-brainers. And don't think, if you're relatively new to the Navy, don't think because you might be a certain rank that you're not significant. The bad guys are trying to hope, that somebody slips up, from the E1 all the way up. So don't get too complacent, too stagnant, too lackadaisical, so to speak, when it comes to OPSEC, because there's always a big eye in the sky trying to watch us. And most of the time, it's the bad guys. Financial planning. In a lot of my briefs, I talk about there's three major stresses in life. Once again, E1 through O10 deals with the same three stresses. No one's exempt. You might be dealing with that stress right now. You might be dealing with the past. You might deal with the future. And the three major stresses are relationship problems, financial problems, and career/work problems. And for those who are married, I tell them the number one reason for divorce is finances. The number one reason for security clearance being pulled, finances. So now's the time, right, to get financially savvy. Not savvy, but learn that baseline knowledge. I normally recommend E1 through O10 that everybody has at least 3 mentors in your life. 3. Very seldom in life will you find one person that's savvy in every aspect of life. So obviously you need a mentor for your career to make sure you don't hit every hurdle on the track. And then you need a mentor financially, somebody used for a sounding board, somebody who kind of understands your tax bracket and your rank and kind of use them for a sounding board because they're the subject matter expert. And then lastly, a mentor, someone to vent to, a therapist, someone who values your opinion or you can kind of correspond with. So those are 3 biggest ones for financial to choose. How are you going to pay your bills? You have an allotment set up for your car notes, your taxes, your car insurance. If nobody's going to be driving your car, you can go all the way down from full coverage to liability, depending on how that works for your vehicle. Deployment account, savings account, where you're going to store your vehicle in personal storage. So what I'm going to do, the point of contact for your command, I'm going to send them all these resources. And now we can put a folder on your shared drive called Fleet Plan Support Center Single Sealer. And all this information is going to be in there. I know it's a lot of information in one setting. It's like drinking a number 2 fire hose of full stream. So I'm kind of throttle back on that and make sure all the financial stuff, all the resources you need is in the folder. So you can kind of take that and have that hard copy Google in your hand. Let's talk about liberty real quick. One of the balances of going on deployment, the thing that kind of motivates you, morale booster, so to speak, is liberty. But keep in mind, if you're a single sailor, you are an ambassador for the Navy. I'm going to tell you right now, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, you guys are the talk of the table, of your dinner table. You probably got the big boot camp picture hanging over the fireplace someplace. Point I'm trying to make is, for those who've been in the Navy for quite some time, or you're relatively new, if you're going home on leave since you've been in the Navy, I guarantee you went home, you're seeing family, friends, or foes doing the exact same thing that they were doing when you left. Point I'm trying to make is, don't go on liberty and let all that hard work, dedication, you may rank East-West pins, or swole boards and all that stuff, and make a bad decision that's going to kind of risk everything, because then good order and discipline got to take place. I know you heard the saying before, it's a new Navy now. And I'm not here to compare and contrast the old Navy to the new Navy, but I like this new Navy. I like the resources. I was in that old Navy. I was in the Navy in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. July 1987. Half of you guys probably when you were born. I went on my first deployment, USS Rangers, CV-61. 5,000 men. I was 19 years old. Excuse my language, that ship was like a floating state penitentiary. It was like gladiator school out there. Are you not entertained? That's my favorite movie. The point I'm trying to make is I like this new Navy now. I like to have open door policies. You can go to your chief, your divo, and the chaplains on board. And so you're having a tough time. I kind of like this new Navy. But a part of the new Navy, if I'm talking pros and cons here, there's no room for error. There's new Navy. Can't afford alcohol-related incidents, a DUI, getting into fights and barroom brawls. That's an old school Navy. This new Navy, you can't do that. So the point I'm trying to make, when you go on liberty, you want to keep your head on a swivel, you want to make right decisions, keep a liberty buddy, and look out for each other. And if you get a chance, participate in Commonwealth. It's a good way to kind of give back to the less fortunate in the country that you pull into. Check on your finances, make sure your identity wasn't stolen. Contact your family members immediately once you get in there. Once again, to kind of put them at ease, a little FaceTime, get a hotel, go have a steak dinner. I hope you got overnight liberty. I told some family members back here, when a surgeon pulls in, sometimes they don't contact you right away, because the number one thing a sailor wants to do when they get off the ship is pulling support. They want to take a shower with no shower shoes. Am I right? You want to probably sleep half the day, go to Hard Rock Cafe, get a steak dinner, go over 21, do fireballs, shots of fireballs, stay and do it next day. After that, get back underway. So keep that in mind and contact your family members once you pull a report. Resources. We got a Fleet Family Support Center. We do financial consulting. I challenge each and every one of you to take 1 hour out of your day. Now, you got a CFS on board. I know this. Take 1 hour out of your day. You go to your CFS or contact Fleet Family Support Center and make an appointment with a financial consultant. You say, hey, I'm E1. I just joined the Navy. I've been in the Navy since breakfast. I'm not too financially savvy. I'm going on deployment, and I just want to use it for a sounding board. I say that to say this. You may be a subject matter expert in your rate, whether you're CS or IT or LS, but that doesn't make you a subject matter expert in other areas. So the same way people come to you for your expertise, sometimes you got to go to other subject matter experts, and that could mean a financial one. So we have financial counseling. We also have therapists. You want to talk to somebody, you're a little angry, you're stressed out, somebody's family passed away, you're dealing with a lot. Don't be afraid to utilize our resources at Fleet Family Support Center. We also have Military One Source. They're like an olive branch of Fleet and Family, 24/7, 365 as well. United Through Reading, STEP, support the Enlisted Project. American Red Cross is an app called the CARE app for your phone. I highly recommend you have all your family members download that American Red Cross app. It really expedites emergency leave requests if something happens to your family members. NWR, USO, recharge your batteries. Every Tuesday night at USO, they have free dinner, right? Don't say nothing. Cheap date. Go to USO, baby, you're on me. Your money ain't good with me. So go down to USO every Tuesday night, have some dinner. Hopefully you guys can fly out before your Palm Pay or things of that nature, and visit the USO at the local airports as well. Armed Forces, YMCA, Navy Marine Corps, Relief Society as well. So all these resources, I'm going to send them out with a point of contact, phone numbers, to your CMC. That way you can get with the ITC, whatever, put it on your shared drive, and you have all this information. So in a nutshell, single sailors, we haven't forgot about you. Self-care, right? Realize what you cannot control. Don't fight every battle. Remember, you can't have mission readiness without family readiness. So enjoy yourself, and hopefully, if everything goes well, the dust settles, we get back to our new norm. By the time you come back from deployment, I'll be flying out there, last month deployment, come on board, and we do everything reverse. Until then, talk to you soon. Take care. Be safe. I'm Tony Gomes, Fleet Family Support Center, San Diego, out.